Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Mel from Mel's Divination. Today we're going to talk about perspectives. What does that mean? That's coming up right after this. Welcome back. Okay, so we're going to be talking about a subject that I've had on my to-do list for a while. I'm slowly checking down the to-do list of videos to talk about. And today I want to go over matters of perspective. So what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is in my readings, in my journeys, in my coaching, in talking to spiritual minded people, there's a lot I've learned, right? And there's so many different approaches to things in general. There's approaches to the way that we do magic. There's approaches to the way that we do tarot. There's approaches to divination. There's approaches to spirituality. There's approaches to religion. There's approaches to everything. The matter of perspective is a gigantic topic. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about how it relates to my work with readings and working with clients. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how it relates to our own inner journey for spirituality. Those are the two topics that I want to cover today. I may do more videos on this in the future, but right now it's about how I see it throughout clients and what it has to do with our own process. So, clients, working with clients in tarot, in coaching, in readings, in all the stuff that I do with clients. Perspective. One thing I've learned throughout my years of doing readings is everything is about perspective. What do I mean by that? What I mean is my perspective of what I think I'm communicating, saying, and sharing doesn't necessarily mean my audience, my client, my readers, my whatever, my subscribers for YouTube. They might not be fully understanding. That individual may not be hearing it the way I'm describing it. Okay, so what I'm talking about is there's so many scenarios that come to mind, but one in particular, there's a client that I've read for over and over and over again and again. And her definitions of certain words are a little skewed than it is in a typical dictionary or in the way that I would define something. Now, that doesn't mean it's wrong. It's her reality. It's her perspective. So it doesn't mean it's wrong. It's just different than mine. Okay? And so she'll use a phrase something like, are we going to continue to get closer? And that terminology, get closer, she means when she says something like that, and I asked if I could share this, she means when she says something like that, are we going to have a committed relationship? So when I'm reading on a relationship, that's what she means. Are we going to continue to get deeper commitment? Are we going to spend more time together? Is this person going to invest in me? Is it going to be equal? Are we going to have more romantic relationship type of energy? Is this moving forward in a romantic way? That's what she means. Sorry for the noise. My other phone I forgot to put it on silent. And I'm trying to get this done because the dog was barking and it's quiet right now. What I hear is, are we going to spend time together? So there's two separate things. Are we going to hang out or are we going to get committed? Her wording is commitment. My understanding is spending time together. Two different meanings. Same sentence, same question. So question in perspective is super important because I'd been reading for this person for 2 years-ish, and I would look at the cards and I would look at the energies and I would be like, yeah, I see you guys getting closer. And they wouldn't get into a relationship. They would spend more time together. And that was my understanding of getting closer. And she'd come back and she's like, we're not in a relationship yet. And she'd be frustrated with me and she would take it out on me and we'd kind of go back and forth with stuff and we'd hash it out. And I finally started to realize when she's asking this, she means, are we going to get into a relationship? So perspective really truly depends on each individual person and their reality and what they're absorbing and what they're understanding. Because I could say to you, this is how it's going to be, and I lay it all out, and you don't hear half of it, or you hear what you want to hear. And that's one of the reasons why I like to have recordings of my readings. I like to have backup of it so I can go back and be like, no, I said this. This is what I said. Because there's been a lot of times where clients will come to me and be like, you told me such and such. And I'm like, I know I didn't say that. Those are not words I would ever use. Or somebody would be like, I said this, or you said that, and it's not happening. And then I realized they just completely misunderstood what I was saying. Or they heard what they wanted to hear. This is what I mean by matter of perspective. Now, this happens not just in readings. This happens in the world. This happens in our personal lives. This happens at work. This happens wherever. So it happened to me when I was signing for a mortgage. It was something I misunderstood because my perspective and my brain just didn't absorb it. It has happened with, it happened so much with texting that we misinterpret things with text messaging when we're texting somebody, especially somebody in a romantic relationship that we're with, and if we're in a bad mood, we take it as they're trying to start a fight, or maybe they meant it this way and they didn't mean it that way, and things just don't work. Everybody's reality is different. So, for instance, somebody was using a word, and of course I can't think of it off of the top of my head. Somebody was using a word a certain way, and I can't remember what it was. And it was a really negative connotation. It was a word they didn't realize was negative. And I was like, why are you saying that? And I asked them. And they said, well, doesn't it mean blah, blah, blah? And they totally didn't know. No, that's not what it means. And they completely didn't realize that they were being disrespectful. They thought that they were using it in a different, they were using the word the wrong way. So sometimes when we get upset with people, or when things aren't going quite the right way, or when things are getting confusing, it's important to sit back and reflect. And I'm going to do a video soon about reflecting for our own mental health, reflecting for spirituality, reflecting for a lot of stuff. But it's important to take a step back before we react, because sometimes I have my perspective of how this happened, and you have your perspective of how this happened, and my memory isn't always accurate, and your memory isn't always accurate, and we walked away with different things, especially when people's emotions are heightened. Like if you're fighting with somebody, yeah, that can be a problem. So it's always good to process things and to take a minute. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about is spirituality and perspectives. No perspective is wrong, right? No perspective is incorrect. I know that there's people on here that follow me that are Christian, and I'm not Christian. I never have been. Well, I was Catholic, which is a branch of Christianity, and I don't follow that faith. But that neither is wrong. Neither is wrong. It's a matter of perspective. And there's a way to coincide. There's a way to live together. There's a way to coexist. And really in spirituality, I've talked to people who believe twin flames exist, who don't believe twin flames exist, who believe portals exist, who don't believe portals exist, who believe demons exist, who don't believe demons exist. I mean, it goes on and on. The list I could make about perspective and what people believe and don't believe, it would take me years. You can have 7 people in a room during a murder and everybody sees something different. I've been watching a lot of Bailey Sarian. Sorry. And I'll link her down below. She's fun. If you like murder and you like makeup, you should check her out. But it's definitely a perspective thing. So I get a lot of readings lately. A trend I've gotten in readings lately is, will I ever find my soulmate? And I'll do a quick video on that eventually, but a quick brief explanation of my opinion on soulmates is, we have many soulmates in this world, and some of them are family members, some of them are pets, some of them are not, they're non-romantic. And we can have multiple romantic soulmates. That's my personal point of view and what I have seen, what I've been shown from spirit. So when somebody says, will I ever find my soulmate? Of course you will. You'll find many of them. And usually what they mean is, will I find my forever partner? So, and again, of course you will. You just need to believe that you will and change your attitude. Usually is something, or work on your blocks, work on your wounds. So it's very much a matter of perspective. I've read with people who absolutely don't believe in twin flames or soulmates. And I have a reader who I very much respect and follow, who has done phenomenal work, who doesn't believe in past lives at all or reincarnation. And I believe in both of those and have witnessed some of them. So again, perspective. But what makes this world special is the respect that we share with each other on those perspectives. It is okay for you to disagree with me. It is okay for you to have a different perspective. What is not okay is by being disrespectful about it. This was inspired today because I've been doing a lot of shadow work, and I will do a video on that another time. But doing shadow work has really brought up some old wounds, some triggers, and it's really kind of made me look deeper at some things that I've wanted to work on around myself. And it's changed my perspective on things. Not my work, not this, not my spiritual work, but other things in life. And it's making me change my relationship with people in my life. And I'm purging a lot of stuff. So it kind of made me get inspired for this because my perspective has changed. Things that made me roll over and be like, okay, I'll do that. I was the people pleaser. I'm not the people pleaser anymore. I stopped being the people pleaser a long time ago, but I was the people pleaser for certain individuals, and I'm not the people pleaser at all anymore. So again, it's perspective. So I hope that this has helped you a bit. I plan on doing a book review soon. I have a lot of books, as you can see, but I want to do them justice, and some of them I haven't fully read. Some of them I've read a long time ago and I just use them as reference material. Some of them I haven't even opened yet. So yeah, I'd like to do book reviews soon. And I think that's it for now, truly. I don't have much else to say around this. Please leave comments below, questions, thoughts, anything you have to say about this. I'd love to hear it. Follow me on Instagram or on Facebook. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'd love for you to join our community, which is growing every day. And yeah, I think that's everything. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you all probably this time next week. Bye.